This podcast is specifically created for and is a live excerpt for a Sunday morning worship experience, which explores the concept and practice of worship in theory. We delve into the issue of worship, which comes from Greek, proscuneos, meaning to prostrate oneself, in submission before the ultimate, acknowledging that God is more than that which nothing greater can be conceived or imagined. Yet the conclusion may be an internal experience of beings who are grappling with the external reality of life that signals a void within concerning the essence of life, without any ultimate causation or correlational links, based within the internal limitations of mind. Nevertheless, there is no denying the symbolic and the symbiotic and multiplicity of this deeply esoteric experience of the ultimate from a life lived within connections with the external that are within themselves beyond personal verification, only objective cooperation of what is, since reality is cogito ergo sum, a personal experience, as is faith, where one must work out one's own salvation, as we are reminded in the Christian Bible. Essentially, the ultimate of life is the idea of God. That is an international concept and experience that is historical and close to the beginning of time, if life had a beginning, which is uppermost in the thinking of beings, whether they follow with strict adherence or are opposed to it altogether. Hence, we will share on this podcast the concept of worship as we delve into this idea of unlocking divine intervention. This is a brief discussion on worship with music from Phil Thompson, My Worship, and H.E.R, Hold Us Together, with adlibs and added sounds by Donte and Renaldo McKenzie, who adds their vocals to the music for dynamic mix. Enjoy the listening experience and be inspired and be moved to catharsis so that one may come to experience the joys or to overcome the challenges of life. This is the Neoliberal Realm Podcast. I'm Renaldo McKenzie. Stay tuned to this next powerful episode.
I will trust in you and know that you are with me forever. I'll confide in you 'cause you're the only answer that matters. Even in the dark, you'll be my light. You'll be my light. Even when I'm I'll not be shaken. I'll not be moved. Even in the chaos, I know that you're good. You're the keeper, protector. It is you that hold us together. When everything else fails. You'll be my light, even when I'm hopeless. You will be my guide. I will not be shaken. I will not be moved. Even in the chaos, I know that you're good. You're the keeper, yay. Protector, yay. Hold us together, Lord. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hold us together, yeah. You're the keeper, yeah, yeah. It is you that hold us together. Yeah, everything, yeah. Hold us together, yeah. Hold us together, yeah, yeah. Hold on. When I am down, when I am out, it's God that hold. Broken, yeah, yeah. That hold us together. Protector, yay. You're my keeper, yay. It is you that hold us together, yay.
Okay. That was what's the name of that song, Donte?
Hold Us Together
by
her featuring Torrin Wells.
Featuring Torrin Wells. So okay, so it's by her featuring Torrin Wells, with also in the background and with added music from and adlibs and so on from yours truly, Renaldo McKenzie and Donte Nelson. Donte Nelson had that deep baritone.
Just a little something, guys.
We will continue with looking at worship as we delve deeper into Sunday's worship and unlocking divine intervention, exploring the concept of worship. It promises to be moving and touching and inspirational. And of course, we continue with more music. This is the Neoliberal Realm Podcast. But do you know what worship means? we're about to listen to this song by Phil Thompson. Phil Thompson, one of my favorite songs. I say it's my song, but it's my song to God. But it's called My Worship by Phil Thompson. But the word worship that's an English word, but it comes to English from Hebrew. It comes worship. The word worship or worship comes to us from Hebrew. Okay, it's a Hebrew word or a Jewish word, worship, that's used in worship services to God. And but to worship comes from the word proscuneos. Proscuneos means to prostrate oneself before God. Yes? Is to prostrate oneself before God. To the word proscuneos. In recognition of who God or the ultimate is. That God is than that which nothing greater can be conceived or imagined. God is beyond us. He transcends us. Okay? So the word worship is not necessarily a theoretical word, but it's an active word. It's in recognition. It is an active word to prostrate oneself before God, or before a being that one has succumbed to, one has acquiesced to, one succumbs to, one acquiesces oneself to. And to that being or to that thing, and one can only prostrate oneself in submission. So to prostrate oneself was always a position of submission. Okay? In recognition of that which is ultimate, the being that is beyond self, beyond person. So this song is Paul. It says this song is Paul, but worship was not just only to prostrate oneself, but it was also to live a life prostrating oneself. And if you think about prostration, you ever think about prostrating? It's like laying flat on oneself with one's hand held apart. Or some people in worship, in Christian churches, you see people holding their hands up. That is symbolic of giving oneself, submitting oneself, prostrating oneself. Okay, the submission. So that's that's this idea of worship or worthship. Okay, it's not necessarily to ascribe worth to God, because God in and of, if God is than that which nothing greater can be conceived or imagined, then God, without us ascribing worth to God, is within himself, herself, or within being, exemplifies worth. Okay. However, we are prostrating self in submission of that being, and we try to live our lives in submission of that being, of the ultimate. Yes. We live our lives, so that's what it means to us. So worship is not just to say it or to sing it, but it's also to live it. It is to prostrate oneself, to submit oneself to the ultimate. Okay? And you symbolically do that in worship by prostrating oneself or lifting, outstretching one's hands and so on. But that symbolism is to be lived, because one should live one's life in submitting oneself to the ultimate. But to submit oneself to the ultimate, one has to have an awareness of what it is the ultimate requires. So one has to know, live his life seeking out that with the ultimate, so that one can submit and prostrate oneself to the ultimate.
Yes, because you're on the right track.
And you're absolutely right. And that's praising it, worshiping, and giving yourself, giving your
yourself is perfectly correct. You are right.
No.
But here is the song that I wanted to share with you. Here it is. It's powerful.
You are worthy, and no one can worship you for me. For all the things you've done for me, and no
This is a powerful song. The song says, I will not be silent. I will always worship you. Just so you know, we should not confuse praise with worship. Praise is not worship. To say I will not stay silent is to say I will praise you. I will sing aloud. The amazing things that one has discovered about God, that's different from living a life in worship to God, because worship is active. Worship is something you do. Worship, some people say it is to kiss the hand of God, but no, correctly, it is the Greek word. The Greek word proscuneos comes to us, meaning worship in English means to live a life in reverence, out of respect, submitting oneself to God. But you have to first, and so that means one have to now live a life reflecting on that which is the ultimate. Because in order for us to live a life of worship as unto God, in other words, in order for us to submit to the will of God, in order for us to prostrate in acknowledgement of the awesomeness of God, one will then have to understand who that God or the ultimate is. And so then one have to live one's life also seeking to understand and connecting with that which is beyond self or within self, whatever the case is. But of course, because I do not impose or proselytize, I share and inform. And what people may find normative, inspirational, powerful, or challenging, and worth exploring and discovering, is good for society. It's good for promoting diversity and for promoting togetherness in society, so that we can serve the world today to solve tomorrow's challenges.
Yes.
But I'm writing a book, Secrets to Unlocking Divine Intervention, and I am looking forward to that. But before before I complete that book, there are 2 other books that I'm working on.
Yes. You're working on a lot of projects, man. A lot of projects. Some are soon.
But the projects that I work on,
to be shown.
They come from that which is beyond me. And so I humble myself in awe of God, as worship as unto God. Because God has done some amazing and powerful things in my life, and I cannot wait to share them with the world. And no matter what you go through, God takes you through things and through places to shape you and to build you and to mold you. But that doesn't mean you're going to give up. When you give up, that's when you fail to realize how God has been intervening in your life, and how every opportunity is an opportunity for us to learn from, no matter how bitter and how sweet. You learn and you live. And God has created a life for us to live. Life is to be lived. And we ought to take full advantage of that as stewards of life, the life that we have. But God will intervene insofar as we believe that He will. This is the Neoliberal Realm Podcast. We are doing a series as we get into the Christmas season, and Christians and other religious groups reflect on the significance of this particular season. May we be inspired as we share our stories that speaks to the ultimate, that which is beyond, and that which provides catharsis and solace. Thank you for listening to another episode of the Neoliberal Round podcast. Join us tomorrow when we will have breaking news commentary concerning Donald Trump's announcement to run as president again, irrespective of the slew of lawsuits that are mounting. And of course, John Anthony Castro's challenge against his candidacy. If you recall that John Castro was on this program, on this show, and he had indicated that and announced that he would be filing a suit concerning Donald Trump's eligibility, and he had done so, and we had carried an update on it. Well, we have comments from John Anthony Castro and some updates, and he shared with us some documents and some information. So we have update concerning this particular news. This is the Neoliberal Round podcast. Stay tuned for more breaking news and for inspirational and critical and challenging ideas, concepts, and thoughts as we serve the world today to solve tomorrow's challenges through our communication, which is dynamic and interdisciplinary, as we make popular. That was the monopoly. I'm Renaldo McKenzie.
And I'm Donte Nelson.
And this is the Neoliberal Realm podcast from the Neoliberal Corporation. Visit us at theneoliberal.com or renaldocmckenzie.com and support us at anchor.fm/theneoliberal/support. Walk good.